Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to understand about the arithmetic operations which are performed on the unsigned numbers. So arithmetic operations mean like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division operation. So we will see that how we can do all these operations on the unsigned numbers. So I have already discussed what are signed numbers and unsigned numbers in one of my video. You can find the link of that video in the description below and in the I button also. So just to recall, what are unsigned numbers? So these are the numbers which are the collection of non-negative numbers. So non-negative means the numbers which are zero or they can be positive numbers. So for example, you can have 0, 40, 50, 378. So all these numbers are unsigned numbers. So in unsigned numbers, all the numbers are positive. No negative number will be there in the category of the unsigned numbers. And if we talk about their binary representation, then all the bits in the unsigned number representation, they are reserved for the magnitude. As we had seen that, let's say we are having 3 bits, okay? So in 3 bits, we can represent 8 different numbers from 00 to 111. And if we convert them to decimal number, then this is 0, this is 1, and so on. This triple one is 7, okay? So all the bits in this binary form is actually reserved for the magnitude. So if you see this 100, then this weight is 1, this is 2, and this is 4. So this last bit is also helping us to find the magnitude. Okay, this is not telling me any sign. Okay, so all the bits in the binary representation of unsigned numbers, they are actually helping to find the magnitude. Okay, they are reserved for the magnitude only. There is no sign bit as such in unsigned number. So if we talk about the range, that is how many different numbers can be represented by 3 bits. So you will say the numbers from 0 to, you can say 7, they can be represented, okay, by 3 bits. And now if we are having 4 bits, then how many different numbers can be found? So numbers from 0 to 15 can be found. So these are total 16 numbers, right? Okay, so these were 8 numbers from 0 to 7. So let's say if we are having n bits, then how many different numbers can be found? They can be like 0 to 2 to the power n minus 1. Okay, so let's say n is 4. Okay, in this case n was 4. So this will be 2 to the power 4 minus 1. So this will be 2 to the power 4 is 16. 16 minus 1, that is 15. So last number will be 15. So this is the range if we have n bits. That means these many numbers, or these are the numbers which can be represented in n bits for the unsigned numbers. Okay, all this we have discussed in our video of the unsigned and the signed numbers. So now in this video, let's discuss the various arithmetic operation on the unsigned numbers. So let's first understand the binary addition of the unsigned number. So for example, we are given two decimal numbers 10 and 4, and we have to find the addition of these two numbers. Okay, so let's see what will be the answer in case of decimal numbers. So if we add this 10 and 4 in case of decimal number system, that means we are representing this 10 and 4 as decimal number, then we will be getting 14, right? Now, if we have to represent these 10 and 4 in binary numbers, and then we have to find the addition of these numbers, then what will be the answer? So as you can see here, if we represent this 10 into binary number, then it will be 1010. And this 1010 is the unsigned representation of this 10. That means all these 4 bits 1010, they are giving me the magnitude. There is no concept of the sign bit in case of unsigned numbers, that you have to take care. Okay, and this 4 can be represented in binary as 0100. So I have already told in the number system video that how we can convert a given decimal number into binary number. So you can check the link of that video also in the description below or in the I button also. Okay, so here we have represented all these numbers 10 and 4 into binary number. Now we have to find the addition. Okay, how we will be adding these bits 0010 to get the answer? So for that we have a table. Okay, so this table is telling me this is x, this is y. Okay, so x and y are actually the two numbers. So you can say this is x and this is y. Okay, so you can say this is your x and this is your y. Okay, and these are the bits 1010 of the x and 0100 is the bits of the y. So if you add 0 and 0, that means if you add two 0 zeros, then you will get the sum as 0 and you will be getting this carry as 0. Okay, thing is, what is this carry and what is this sum actually? So let's say if you are adding 19 and 13 in case of decimal numbers. Okay, so what will be the answer? So 9 and 3, they are actually 12. Okay, so you write 2 here, that means this part, and you say this one is actually carry, which will be moving forward here, right? So in the same way, if you are adding 0 0, okay, let's say if you are adding this 0 0, so you will say this sum will be 0, this sum will be 0, and what will be the carry? Carry will be 0. Okay, so the same concept apply here. Then you say, okay, 1 1 is 2, 2 1 is 3. Okay, so in this way, this carry and sum are the same thing as we have understanding in our decimal number system. Okay, so this table says, okay, 0 and 1 is, the addition will be 1 and carry will be 0. Okay, the same thing goes with 1 0. Okay, addition will be 1 and carry will be 0. But when you add 1 1, the sum will be 0 and carry will be 1, that will be generated and moved forward. So let's see. So here, if I added 0 and 0, so from the table I can see the sum will be 0 and carry, that will be moving forward, it will be 0. The next step is what I will do. So as you can see, when this 1 was generated in decimal, we were taking this 1 and adding with this 1. Okay, 1 and 1, then 1 and 1 was giving me 2 in decimal, then I was saying 2 plus this 1. Okay, then we are getting the final answer. The same way, if we add this 0 and 1, what we will be getting? Simple 1. Okay, and then 1 plus this 0, it will be simple again 1. Okay, from this table. So we will be finally writing 1 here. Okay, now carry will be 0. Okay, so whenever there is carry as 0, you can just ignore also. Okay, so let's say 0 plus 0 is 0 and 0 and 1 is again 1. Okay, so carry again is 0. Now this 0 1 is, the sum will be 1 and 1 0 is 1. Okay, so this 1 1 1 0 is your answer. So when you were adding this 10 and 14 in case of decimal number, you were getting 14. So same answer you should get here also when you add these binary numbers. So if I convert this binary number into decimal, I should get 14. So let's see if I am getting 14. So if you convert this into decimal, then the weight of this is 1, weight of this is 2, this is 4, and this is 8. Okay, so if you add 8 4 12, 12 plus 2 14, that means if I converted this number into decimal number, I am getting 14. Okay, so that means this is 14. That means I have got the right answer in case of binary addition. Okay, so this way you can add two unsigned numbers. The main thing is you have to represent, or you have to see these numbers which are given to you in decimal. You have to represent those numbers in just unsigned number, and after that you have to do simply this process. Okay, now let's take another example. Let's say you have to add 10 and 14. So if you add 10 and 14 in decimal number system, then what we will be getting? Then 0 plus 4 will be 4 and 1 and 1 is 2. Now if I represent this 10 and 14 in binary number system, okay, so 10 is this, okay, and 14 is this. Okay, now if we have to find this binary addition of these two unsigned numbers, okay, then what will be the answer? So the main thing is I should get to 24. Okay, this is the correct answer that I should be getting. So I should be getting the binary representation of 24 from here. Okay, so let's see. So computer will say, okay, 0 plus 0 is 0, as you can see from this table. Okay, 0 plus 0 is, sum is 0 and carry will be 0. Okay, that you can simply ignore also. Okay, now 1 plus 1, this 1 plus 1, what is the sum? So it is simply 0. So 1 and 1 you will be getting 0, but there will be one carry. Okay, so carry bit is 1. So carry bit from here, it is moving here and it is 1. Okay, now you have 3 bits, this 1, this 0 and this 1. Okay, so what is the addition of this 1 and 0? That means this 1 and this 0. So you will be saying, okay, 1 and 0, it will give me sum as 1. Okay, 1, right? Okay, now there is one extra bit also, that is there is one another bit also, that is 1 also. So now if you add this one also, so this one and this one, what will be the answer? So addition of 1 and 1 is 0. Okay, this is 0 and it will be giving me 1 as the carry. Okay, so finally this 0 will be written here and carry 1 will be written here. Now you are adding these 3 ones. Okay, so first you have to add this one and this one. So 1 and 1 is again what is? This is the 0. Okay, and you are saying carry is 1. So it become tedious task to generate first 0, then write 1 somewhere, and then you are doing that addition of this 1 with 1. So the simple thing that you have to remember is when you are adding 1 and 1. Okay, so this one is the simple one, this is the 1. So whenever you are adding 1 and 1, you can remember that you will be getting 1 0 as the answer. So you can see this is 1, this is 1. So addition of 1 and 1 is actually 2 in decimal number system. So this is also actually 2. Okay, if you convert this 1 0 in binary number, what will be the answer? So these are actually 1 and 0 are the 2 bits. So this 1 and 0 in decimal, it will be 2. Okay, so you can say if you add 1 and 1 in binary, you will be getting 1 0, which is actually 2 in decimal. Okay, and this 0 is this, and this one is actually this one. Okay, so in that way, if you add this 1 and 1, 1 and 1, you will be getting 10. Okay, or you can say 1 0. Then you have to add this one. So you first add this one. Okay, so 0 and 1, it will be simply 1. Okay, no carries will be generated, and this one is like having 0 here. Okay, which you are adding. So 1 and 0 is 1. So if you add these 3 ones, 1 1 1, you are finally getting this double 1. Okay, so this one is actually be written here, and this one is actually the carry, but there is no fifth bit, so you can just write 1 here also. Okay, so you are having 1 1 0 0 0, and this was actually the carry. Okay, so now here there is one question. If you represent these 5 bits or the number which is in the binary having 5 bits, 1 1 0 0, what will be this number? Okay, so I had claimed that this number should be 24. So first let's see. So this is having 1 bit, this is 2 4 8 and 16. Okay, so 16 plus 8, this is 24. Okay, so this is 24 in decimal, so this is correct addition. Now here there is one important concept that I want to emphasize. Let's say you are asked that if you add these 4 bits numbers, then you have to represent your answer in 4 bits only. That means this answer that you are getting, tell me the result in 4 bits only. Okay, or you can say in your computer or inside your CPU, you have various registers which stores your data for the temporary time. Okay, so the registers are having the size, they can be of 4 bits, they can be of 8 bits and so on. So let's say the registers are of 4 bits only, and they cannot store any data which is bigger than 4 bits. So in that case, you have to tell me, after adding these two numbers, tell me the answer in 4 bits only. 4 bits are these bits only. Okay, 1 0 0. So 1 0 0 in decimal number system, what it will be? So it is actually 8 in decimal. That means if you add this 4 bits number and the result is stored as 4 bits, then you will be getting 8. This 1, that is the carry, it will be truncated, or this will be ignored. So this 8 is actually not the correct answer or the correct addition of this 10 and 14. The answer that is correct, it should be 24. So this is actually the situation of the overflow. Okay, so what do you mean by overflow? It is a situation when the result after doing any operation, let's say addition, subtraction, or any arithmetic operation, let's say the result that we are getting, it cannot be represented in the specified bits. Okay, and which actually finally gives me the wrong result. Or you can say the 4 bits number if we are having, then how many different 4 bits number you can represent in case of the unsigned number? So you will say you can represent 0 1 2 till 15. Okay, so last this will be all ones and this will be 0. Okay, and the next number will be 16, so it will be 1 then 4 zeros, and it will be having how many bits? It will be having 5 bits. So the range of the unsigned number in case of 4 bits, it is from 0 to 15 only. Okay, So if you are getting result which is not in this range from 0 to 15, you are getting any number which is outside of like 15 or which is lesser than 0, then you will say your result have been overflowed. This number or the result is not between the range. So you can see here the addition of 10 and 14 should be 24, okay, but 24 cannot be represented in 4 bits, it can be represented in 5 bits, okay. So this is actually a wrong answer. So you can simply say your result have been overflowed, okay. And the second thing, as I told you, the answer is coming as 24, okay, and the range is 0 to 15 in case of 4-bit unsigned numbers. So 24 is going out of this 0 to 15 range, okay. So that means you have reached to a condition of the overflow, okay. So in 4 bits your number will not be represented. So if you are having a CPU which is storing the result in 4 bits only, so you will not get the correct answer. You will be actually getting just only the 8 after adding this 10 and 14. So this thing you have to remember, because it is also an important concept to know, and this concept we will also see when we will be dealing with the signed numbers, okay. So let's go to the next arithmetic operation. So next operation is subtraction. We have to do the subtraction operation on the unsigned numbers. Let's say we have a question, we have to do 10 minus 6, that is we have to subtract 6 from the 10, okay. So in decimal number system, you know, if this 10 and 6 both are decimal numbers, then 10 minus 6, it will be just 4, okay. So in the similar way, if we represent this 10 and 6 in binary numbers, okay, these are the binary numbers, if we have to subtract these numbers, then how we can subtract these binary unsigned numbers. And the next thing is also that we should get actually the 4 as the answer after we subtract this 1010 minus 0110. So what is actually 4 in case of binary number? So it is 0100 in 4 bits, okay. So that means you should get 0100 here, okay, after subtracting these two numbers. So let's see how we can subtract these two numbers. So for this, we have this table, okay. So here you can see this is x, this is y, and this is x minus y, and this is borrow, okay. So in addition, we have the concept of the carry, but in subtraction, we have to take the borrow, okay. So here the rule are simple. If you subtract 0 minus 0, you will simply get the subtraction answer as 0 and borrow will be 0, okay. And if you subtract 0 minus 1, that is 0 minus 1, you will be getting 1 as the subtraction result, but you will be taking a borrow of 1, okay, that we will see. And if you are subtracting 1 and 0, you will be getting 1 as the result, borrow will be 0, and 1 minus 1, it will be 0 and borrow will be 0, okay. So what is the meaning of this borrow? So actually, as you can see here, if we subtract this 10 minus 6, then you cannot subtract this 6 from this 0, okay. So what you do in your decimal number system, you take a borrow from this 1, okay, and you say now this is actually 10. Now you say 10 minus 6, what will be the answer? You will say 4, okay. And when you are taking borrow from here, so this number will be subtracted by 1, okay. So this number was 1, 1 minus 1, it will be 0, okay. So this was 10 minus 6, 4, and this was actually becoming 0, so it will be 0, so it will be 0, 4. So same borrow concept is used in our binary subtraction. So let's see how. So you can see we are subtracting 0, 0. So 0 minus 0 is 0, and there is borrow of 0. So 0 minus 0, it will be 0, and you are not taking anything from this 1, okay. Now this 1 minus 1, so 1 minus 1, it will be simply 0, it will be simply 0. And this borrow 0 means you're not taking anything from this 0 to this 1, this 0 minus 1, okay, 0 minus 1. Now you cannot actually subtract 1 from this 0, okay. So what you have to do, you have to actually take a borrow from this 1 here. So borrow means you will take 1 and this will become 1, 0, okay. This is not actually 10. 10 is we are calling in our decimal number system. Here we will be calling it as 10. So now you have 10 and this is your 1. Now you have to subtract, okay. And one thing to note here is when you take 1 from here, this 4th bit, then it will be subtracted by 1. That is, it will become 0. Now it will not be 1, it will be 0, okay. So now you have to subtract 10 minus 1. So 10 minus 1, it will be like, so you can see this is actually 2. You can consider in this way, and this is actually 1. So in decimal, 2 minus 1 is what? It is 1. Okay. So in the same way, you can say this 1 0 minus 1, it will become simply 1. Okay. So when you are taking 1 from here, you can say simply, okay, this is 1 0 and this is 1. So you can apply this thing. Okay. This is 2. This is simply 1. 2 minus 1, 1. So you will simply say 1. Okay. Now here it was 0. Okay. Here it was 0. Now this 0 minus 0, what will be the answer? It will be simply 0. Okay, and there is no borrow. You have not taken anything from any of the fifth bit or something like that. Okay, so your final answer came as 0 1 0 0, and you can see I had claimed that you should get 0 1 0 0, and you are getting this only. So this is actually 4 in decimal. So that means you got the correct answer in 4 bits only. Okay, so there is no concept of overflow as such that we have got till now in case of binary subtraction. Now some of you may ask that what will happen if I subtract this 6 minus 10. Okay, if I do this thing, then what will be the answer? So here you are subtracting a larger number, that is 10, from a smaller number. Okay, then actually in decimal you will be getting minus 4. Okay, so what will be the answer in case of unsigned number subtraction? The important thing is the binary subtraction algorithm or the method is same for unsigned and the signed number. Okay, whether you are doing the subtraction of the unsigned number and the signed numbers, the process is same, just the representation is differing. Okay, and in modern computers, subtraction is actually done using the binary addition and the 2's complement representation. And as we have not discussed how we can represent the number using 2's complement, so we are not discussing that how we can subtract 6 minus 10 and how we can get 4 here. Okay, so this I will be discussing when we will be done with the 2's complement representation. Then you will find it very easy that actually how this subtraction is done. This is actually done something like this: 6 minus 10. Okay, just for your understanding. And this, then this 10 or this minus 10 is actually represented in something like 2's complement. And after that, your further operation works. Okay, so for that we should know how this 2's complement is actually done in your modern computer. So now let's move to our next third operation, that is binary multiplication of the unsigned numbers. So let's say we have to do multiplication of these two numbers, that is 10 multiply 9. Okay, and we have to represent this 10 and 9 in 4 bits only. Okay, so we know when we multiply 10 and 9 in case of decimal number, then what will be the answer? So it will simply 9 into 0, 0, and 9 1 9, that is simply 90. Okay, this we are familiar with. Okay, now if we have to multiply this 10 and 9 by first representing them in unsigned number, okay, these are the representation of 10, and this 1001, it is 9 in binary. Okay, now if I have to multiply, then what will be the answer that I should be getting? So actually if I multiply these two binary number, then I should get some answer, okay, some bits or some result which will be actually 90. That means I should be getting the binary representation of 90, and you know the binary representation of this 90 is this one. Okay, so you should be getting this in binary after performing this binary multiplication. So let's see how we can do that. Now before moving further, just to tell you, this 10 can be called as multiplicand, and this 9 which is actually multiplying this 10, this can be called as multiplier. So to perform the multiplication between these bits, this table will be helping us. Actually, whenever you will be multiplying or when you will be doing the multiplication of the bits and any of the bits, like say x or y is 0, you will be getting the result as 0. So you can see both are 0, so you are getting 0. The multiplication of 0 and 1, multiplication of 0 and 1, it will be again 0. Multiplication of 1 and 0, it will be again 0. So whether this is 0 or whether this is 0 or any both of the 0, then you will be getting 0 0 0. Okay, now if we are multiplying two ones, then you will be simply getting 1. So now let's multiply them. So here you can see this one will be actually multiplied with each of these 4 bits as we do in our decimal numbers. Okay, so this one will be multiplied with this 1 0 1 0. Okay, so 1 first will be multiplied this 0. So 1 multiplies 0, you can see from this table it will be 0. Okay, now 1 multiply this one. Okay, So it will be 1. Okay. 1 multiplies 0, it will be 0, as you can see from the table. So you can see this 1 is like a multiplier which is multiplying this 1. Okay. So 1 multiply 1, it will be 1. Now one thing to note here is whenever you are multiplying anything, let's say these 4 bits by 1. So you got 1010, that means this number only. Okay. So this thing is important to remember. Let's say if you are having 1011, okay, and you are multiplying with 1. So in the answer, you will be getting this only 1011. But if you are multiplying this number, let's say by 0, okay, then you will get simply as 0. Why? Because 0 multiplied 1 is 0, 0 into 1, 0. Okay, this is again multiplied with 0, 0, and this 0. Okay, now this 0 is multiplied again these 4 bits. Okay, so what you will be getting? All zeros. So first you have to put cross and then 4 zeros. Okay, then again this 0 is multiplying these 4 bits. Okay, so first you have to put 2 cross as you do in the decimal number, then 4 zeros. Then this 1 is multiplying again these 4 bits. So you have to copy all those 4 bits, that is 1010. Okay, now what you have to do? You will do the addition. Okay, so whenever we are putting this cross, okay, so this means we are having zeros here. Okay, now you have to add all these things as you do in the decimal number. So 0 with all these cross means all zeros are there, so you will simply say 0. Now addition of this 1 and 0 is actually 1, as we have seen previously. Okay, 1, and there is no carry. Now these all 3 are 0, so it will be 0 sum. Okay, now addition of 1 and 3 zeros, so 1 and 0, it will be 1. Now there is no carry, that is carry is simply like 0. Now 0 plus 0, 0, and 0 plus 1, it will be 1. Okay, now again there is no carry. Now 0 plus 0, 0, there is no carry, so 1 simply be copied here. Okay, so you got 101101. Okay, now this answer is actually the same answer that I have written here. Okay, and I had said that this was actually 90 in decimal. So that means this is actually your 90 in decimal. So we have got the correct answer. Now here you may ask that will there be overflow in this multiplication, because these are not 4 bits in the result. So in case of multiplication, as we know that the answer will always be greater than this 4 bits. Okay, because this will be greater obviously. So in actual computers or in the modern computers, this answer will not be saved just in one register inside the CPU. There will be, let's say, 2 registers. Okay, this is, let's say, register 1 and this is register 2. So half portion of your answer, or you can say 4 bits, will be saved here and rest 4 bits will be saved here. So you can say this 1010, it will be saved here, and the other bits, that is 101, it will be saved here. Okay, you can put 0 also here to make them 4 bits. Okay, so this way you will not say that there is a overflow. Okay, so now let's move to the last operation, that is division operation. So let's say you have to do this operation, 155 divided by 8, and you have to tell that what will be the quotient, okay, after performing this division. And let's say you have to also tell me what will be the remainder after dividing 155 divided by 8. Okay, so if we treat this 155 and 8 as decimal numbers, then you can divide 155 by 8 as 8 ones are 8. Okay, and you will be getting 15 minus 8. You will be subtracting them. Okay, so you will be getting 7. Now you have to copy this 75. Now 8 nines are 72. Okay, and you will be getting 3 this as remainder after the subtraction operation. Okay, so this you already know. Okay, now if we represent this 155 and 8 in binary numbers, and then we will do the binary division of this unsigned number, then how we can do? So this is the binary representation of this 155 in unsigned number format, and this is 8. So I have written this 155 and this is representation of 8. So how we will do the division? As you can see here, when we are dividing this 155 by 8, we are doing the subtraction operation repeatedly. Okay, so we will take the help of the subtraction table. Okay, so this is the same subtraction table that we have seen earlier. Okay, so let's do the operation. So what will happen here? These are the 4 bits. So here you have to first see the first 4 bits. Okay, and now you will see that these are 1001. So this 1001 is actually greater than this 1000. Okay, so you will say that you can simply say this 1000 multiply by 1, you will be getting this one. Okay, you can simply do. Okay, because this 1001 was greater than this one, so you will say this into 1 will be this one. Okay, now you have to do the subtraction. Now this subtraction will be similar as we have discussed earlier. So 1 minus 0 will be 1, then this will be 0. Okay, and 1 minus 1 will be 0. Okay, so here you have to remember one thing, that you have to take these 3 bits for the further operation, and you can ignore this 0 for the further operations. Okay, so if the number is of 4 bits, okay, if this number is of 4 bits, okay, so you can simply ignore this last 4 bits and you will take these 001, okay, for the further answer. Now what you will do, you will simply copy this one so that we get the 4 bits. Okay, so you always need 4 bits to move forward. This 0011 is actually smaller than this 100, oh sorry, 1000. So 1000 is 8, and this 0011 is actually total 3. So 3 is smaller than 8 in decimal. Okay, so in that way I am saying that is smaller and greater. Okay, so then what you do, then you say simply by 0, you multiply this 1000 by 0. So 1000 when multiplied with 0, what you will be getting, as we have seen in our binary multiplication. So if you divide this by 0, you will be simply getting 0, 0, 0. Okay, 0 multiplied with anything, you will be getting 0. So you will simply saying all zeros. Okay, now you will be doing subtraction according to this table as we have discussed. So 1 minus 0, 1, 1 minus 0, 1, 0 minus 0, 0. Okay, and 0 minus 0, it will be 0, which you can simply ignore. Okay, now you have to simply copy this 0. Okay, now again this 0110 is smaller than this divisor. Okay, so you will say into 0. Into 0 will be the same 0. Okay, all zeros. Okay, now you have to subtract and you will be getting 0, 1, 1, and 0 minus 0 will be 0, which you can simply ignore. Okay, now again you have to copy here to make it of 4 bits. So this 1101 is actually greater than this 1000. Okay, so you will say now into 1. Okay, so you will be getting now divisor here. Okay, now subtraction. So again 1, 0, 1. Okay, 1 minus 0, 1, 0 minus 0, 0, and 1 minus 0 will be 1. Now 1 minus 1 will be 0, which you can simply ignore. Okay, now finally last bit you are copying. Okay, now this 1011 is actually greater than this. Okay, so 1011 is actually, this is 8, this is 2, and this is 1. So this is actually 11. Okay, in decimal, and this is just 8. Okay, so now again you have to multiply by 1. Okay, whenever this condition is there. So now you will see that this is 1. 1 minus 0 is 1, 0 minus 0 is 0, and 1 minus 1, it will be 0. We can simply ignore. Okay, so finally you got 0, 1, 1 as the remainder, and this is your quotient. Okay, so you should get 3 as the remainder, as you can see here. Okay, so this 0, 1, 1 is actually 3 in decimal. Okay, so this remainder is correct, and this quotient you should be getting 19. Okay, so if you say this 10011, is it 19? So yes, it is 19. How? This is having weight 1, 2, and this is having weight, this is like 4, then 8, then 16. Okay, 16 plus 2, 18, plus 1, 19. So yes, it is 19. So my question is also correct. Okay? That means this division operation that I have done, it is correct. So yeah, this was all about the arithmetic operation on the unsigned numbers. Okay, and the arithmetic operation on the signed number will also be similar to this operation as we have discussed. So you will be finding it easy to understand those operations. So if you have any comment, inquiry, suggestion, please write down into the comment box. If you have not subscribed the channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. So let's see you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.